What the shit, dude? Oh, I hate that. Yeah, damn, that takes some like technique and visualization. Like, that's clutch, dude. She's a pro. No way. It's gonna be Itachi, dude. Was good, was good, was good. Hello, friends. Welcome back. Today, we're gonna be getting into Shippuden 11 and 12. Picking back up, going ham on the Naruto Shippuden grind. Not really a grind yet. It's only been enjoyable from my standpoint, to be honest. Feels yeah, everyone's been saying that, you know, the first couple arcs are a little slower, but I don't know, so far at least I've been very much enjoying the pacing of it. I don't know, I think with how big the world is, it kind of balances out when it's a little bit slower, I guess, plot wise, just because there's like more people at play. The world's, I don't know, you jump around the world a lot more, so it's always a bit more interesting. Like, I think of like Game of Thrones kind of example where, you know, it's definitely a little bit of a slower paced show. You know, it takes a while for things to actually like explode and happen, like crazy things to happen. But, you know, you jump around from so many different areas, so many different characters. It's always pretty engaging to watch. Speaking of really good media, I guess, my girlfriend and I have been trying to go through like the top 100 IMDb list, like for all the movies. And maybe I'll do this with shows at some point too, but we've been trying to start like watching, just picking one from that list and watching it. Obviously a lot of older movies, but there's so many like classics I haven't seen. Like, I think the number one rated one is Shawshank Redemption. I've seen clips from that, but I don't think I've ever actually seen the whole thing. So, but last night we watched Good Will Hunting, which is a classic. I've seen it one other time when I was a bit younger, but I have to say it was really, really well done. The acting from Robin Williams and Matt Damon, especially, their two characters together in that are incredible. Highly recommend if you haven't seen it. Let's go ahead and recap the character rates from last time. We gave MVP to Baki, and that's mostly because there wasn't really like any kind of MVP like characters, but also he was kind of like the main facilitator of everything. You know, he's the one who you know, initiated to go talk to the honorable siblings, and I don't remember the other part. I feel like he also was kind of a centerpiece on another part, but yeah, I think I theorized maybe he was the one who like went to ask for the leaf for help, potentially. For the best moment, we gave that to Naruto, mostly around when he's kind of talking about Gaara. We get that really good example, like visually and kind of Naruto as he's talking about it, how Gaara is always gonna like the short and the stick. You know, they show that panel specifically with both of them as young children being completely isolated. Naruto slowly gets people like you know, Sasuke and Sakura, Kakashi, Iruka, kind of slowly coming in one by one to be around him and kind of lift him up. But Gaara continued to be in isolation. So I really like the moment and the empathy that Naruto really, you know, displayed to, you know, the group of people and Temari especially, about how he, you know, he recognizes how much Gaara's been through, and yet he's, you know, become the Kazekage, for example. It's just so admirable, but also really sad that he's having to go through, you know, this alone once again. And then lastly, for the funniest moment, we gave that to Tsunade and her winning lottery ticket as a bad omen. I just think that's so funny. I don't know why. I think that's like such like witty writing to me. Just making that one of her character traits. It's Tsunade is one of the best characters. I'm sorry, I gotta say, like, she's from day one kind of being a broken character to all her little quirks like this. She's up there for me, man. She's great. All right, I think with all that being said, we can get into these episodes. If y'all enjoy these reactions, subscribe for more, all that good YouTube stuff, or check out the Patreon. We are 4 weeks ahead there, as always. Would love to have you there. All right, y'all, let's go ahead and get into it. I forgot about this. Damn, she's pretty good. Wrinkly old hag. Yeah, for real. I was not expecting that.
この葉の白い牙め、今こそわしが成敗してくれる。姉ちゃんよ、見ろよ。よく似とりはするが、こいつは白い牙ではねえ。
White Fang.
昔に息子の敵が撃てなんだと泣いて悔しがっておった。
So who's the White Fang? Now I really want to know.
なんてな、ボケたふり。
She's something. Kakashi.
見させてもらいます。頼む。カカシ先生たちは少し離れていてください。
All right, we gotta see the medical ninjutsu in practice.
おい、お前は。
木の葉の医療忍者です。
Let's go, dude. I love seeing Sakura like actually, I don't know, like her character's serving more of a part in the actual plot. It's great, dude.
重金属系の毒が使われたようですね。筋肉に作用して細胞を破壊するタイプです。
そこまで。
心臓の筋肉が破壊されていつ停止してもおかしくない状態ですから。
Sheesh.
今から解毒薬を調合しても間に合うかどうか。なんとかならないのか。すぐに私が言うものを揃えてください。
はい。
かなりの荒療治になります。
She's very professional.
一つだけ手があります。
Oh man, back to this sheet. Dude. What the shit, dude? Oh, I hate that.
わかった。行きます。しっかり押さえて。
Damn, they gotta strap his ass in.
桜を体に流し込んで。毒を細胞から浮き上がらせる。それを溶液に吸着させ。
Just gotta like visualize it. Yo, nice.
あれが毒なのか。よし。
Just that much too.
次。
はい。
Is it gonna be? Yeah, I guess that's just around his heart. Yeah, damn, that takes some like technique and visualization. Like that's clutch, dude. She's a pro.
さっきこのばあちゃん
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
白い牙ってどんな人？
どんなと言われても。そうだな。ま、一言で言うと俺の父親だ。
Okay. Yeah, you probably shouldn't have said that.
お主
Is she gonna?
白い牙の息子か。
I love Kakashi's like embarrassed or like nonchalant laugh. I don't even know how to describe it. Get it from all the main organs. Oh, the intestines, dude.
次。
Love how detailed they are with all this too. Feel like this is like another good example of like chakra and the power system just intertwining with like human anatomy well. They've always done such a good job of that.
直接毒抜きをしました。これで命の心配はいらないと思います。
さすがさくらちゃん。
All right, it's one saved. Now we gotta go get Gaara.
わずかですが体内に残留している毒に対する解毒薬を調合します。抜き出した毒は少量抽出しておいてください。
Naruto's like, I'll let you talk to me that way. Just command me around. She is, dude. She's dope. I love how confident she is now.
まるでなめくじ娘のようじゃの。ちょうどお前のような女子が来ると。
はい。綱出様は私の師匠ですから。それに私は師匠に言われてここへ来たんです。
Mm-hmm. Get those preconceived notions out of your stupid brain.
バキ様、木の葉の里より返書です。ご苦労。
綱手のばあちゃん、なんだ。
Granny Tsunade.
ガイの班を増援部隊としてこちらに送ったそうだ。
激マヨ先生の班か。強くなってんだろうな。ネジなんかもう常人だって言うし。
Yeah, dude, Neji must be popping off now.
俺たちってばのんびりしてらんねえ。
Yep.
里の上役が1名行方不明になっている。では完全に見失ったということですか。
ああ、そうだ。バキ様、勘九郎が目を覚ましました。
勘九郎、大丈夫か。
もう帰ってきたのかよ、手前。
里の危機だと聞いてな。
心配かけてすまねえな。
バカ、くだらないこと。
Yeah, for real.
勘九郎君の戦った場所まで案内してください。こう見えても私追跡少しでも奴らの匂いが残っていれば、その人
Get Pakun out.
俺の区別は全部回収してあるよな。
Oh, yeah, you could probably track them via that. Oh, they got a greenhouse. I thought this was back in the leaf.
ここまで薬草が揃ってるなんて思ってもみなかった。解毒薬が3つは作れます。
At least 3.
一人は
Another smoking gun right there. God damn it.
匂いを追えばいい。もし二手に分かれたとしても、もう一人はそいつに匂いがついてる。
Oh, yeah, I forgot. He got a little piece. Well done, Konkuro.
飛んでもただでは起きない。さすがは砂の忍び。
勘九郎、大丈夫か。
渦巻き、ナルトか。
おっす。
血寄せの術。
Let's see it. There he is. With his squad.
久しぶりじゃな。
バックンちっとも変わってねえな。
Yeah, come on.
はいはい、おしゃべりはその時にしてすぐに働いてもらうよ。
わかったらすぐ連絡する。
でもよ。
It's just such a handling. Hand. I can't think of the word right now.
戻ってきたら。
Handy. Oh my god.
準備を。
Handy jutsu.
勘九郎よ。
千おばあ様に恵比寿おじい様。
二人の敵のうち一人がサソリであったことは間違いないのじゃな。
赤砂のサソリだと自らそう言った。赤砂のサソリですか。暁についてもう少し詳しく聞けそうですね。お願いします。
What does she know, man? It's always gotta taste gross. Always.
これでもう大丈夫だと思います。あとはしびれが引くまで動かないでゆっくり寝ていてください。
どうせ明日から強行軍になるんだ。
Keep your patience. Keep your patience.
一人きりの孤独な道に逃げずに、そうすればいつかあいつのように
Oh, I love it.
邪魔をすれば
Damn, what a throwback already. Wasn't even that long ago that I watched that, but man, it feels like so long ago.
あいつがあそこまでして言うつながりとは何なのか。今頃になって俺にも少し分かったことがある。
What a beast.
は俺と同じ苦しみを知っていた。生きる道を変えることができることを教えてくれた。
渦巻きになると弟を頼む。
任しとけってばよ。俺もいずれほかげになるからな。
Aww.
だから風陰に菓子を作っといてやるよ。
I wonder if they seem surprised by Konkuro saying little brother. I wonder if that was the first time he called him brother in a long time or something. Dude, that got me in my feels. Oh. Good episode. Really loved that one, man. Sakura popping off. See it, Pakun. #1 tracking dog. Oh, damn, we found it already. Oh, dear God, dude.
これ以上近づくと
Are we gonna get a Akatsuki fight versus Naruto and all them already? That'd be crazy. Yeah, it's like literally sucking it out of him.
姉ちゃんそいつを持っていくのか
これも何かの縁じゃ。あやつとやり合うのにこれ以上のものはないからな。
She's gonna fight him?
わしも長生きしすぎた。
Man, all those puppets in that room, kind of freaky. Not gonna lie.
なるほどここに奴らのアジトが
おそらくな。ガーラの匂いも同じ場所からしとった。
なるほどもう一つ頼みがあるんだけど
んおお、起きたかナルト。
あれパックン。
じゃあパックよろしく
He's hauling ass.
暁のアジトが分かったのか。
すぐに出発するぞ
ガーラの居場所が。
はい
こちらもすぐに手だれを用意しろ。私も出る。
Get nervous.
アンクロ無茶だ。お前はおとなしく寝てろ。ガーラは必ずこの手で取り戻す。
Get my boy back. Get him back from me, please. I can't have Gaara being captured. Squad. Squad.
じゃあ出発だってばよ。
待て手まりお前たちは里に残って国境警備に当たれ
どういうことだそれは。
上からの命令だ風影様の不在が公になればいつよその里が攻めてきてもおかしくないという理由でな
そんな。だから
Bro, that would suck.
ガーラを取り戻すべきではないのか。
しかし、
わしが行く。
Bonchon. She about to jump down all cool like. She knows her grandson well.
どう行動しようとわしの勝手じゃ。
飛んだ。
孫を久しぶりに可愛がってやりたいんでの。
Dude, I hate seeing this.
これからなんとか上役たちを説得してみる
Who are the higher ups in this situation? Just like the people they've talked with, like on the round table, or I feel like we haven't really got any names. Like who's the second in command from the Kazekage and whatnot?
少しは休憩しようよ。
テンテ修行が足りませんね。
Of course.
前だ。
待て、ガイ。
パックン
いつから暁に狙われてたの？
Since when? It's been a minute, girl. I guess Sakura wasn't around during that training arc.
二人がナルトに接触しにこの葉まで来たことがあったあれから3年
どうして3年も待ったんだろう。
It's a good question.
じゃなくて出せなかったのかもしれないなナルトには常にジライア様がついていたからない
や
Yeah, I feel like that's too easy.
情報ではもっと別の理由があると聞いた。
別の理由。
人に封じられている美獣を引き剥がすにはそれ相応の準備がいるからの。
This is so wild, man.
話。美獣って？
なんじゃこの葉にはキュービがおったろうが。
キュービのことはこの葉では完全に極秘扱いですので
それもそうかの。美獣とは王を持つ魔獣のことじゃ。それがガーラに封じられた主角のことじゃ。
一尾。それじゃあキュービー以外にもそんな魔獣が？
そうじゃ。この世に美獣は全部で9体おる。
Okay. Get the lore, man. So who? I wonder if all of them are actually going to be inside of people or.
2尾には2本。それらが9尾までその名の通り。
Cool.
数を表すのじゃ。美獣は莫大なチャクラの塊で 任海大戦期には各国隠れ里が軍事利用しようと。しかし人知を超えたその力を制御することなど誰にもできなんだ。暁が何のためにそれを欲しとるのかわからんが、
Can't imagine it's for good reasons.
今や美獣は世界各地にちりぢりに存在しておるらしい。
Yes, well, I want to know like who has them or where are they? Yeah, dude, just them talking about the nine tail makes Naruto sad.
川の国。
そうじゃ。つまり今現在暁の最も近くにいるのはこの葉から
Ooh,
いたお前らだ。
なるほど。
dude,
いてこい。詳し
I'm almost like more excited to see them fight.
みんな行くぞ。
もう
I think that might. Oh, jeez. Of course. This guy's. What's this guy's name? Is that Sug? Damn, they're gonna know people are coming now in general.
このアジトの近くに敵が近づいているぞ。
敵だと。
それも相当の手だれだ。これは名はマイトガイ。誰だ？
Dude, let's go.
コロハの上人で体術を使うかなりのやり手だ。甘く見ない方がいい。
Yeah, Tachi would know.
真珠ですか。あの術をやる。それなら俺が行く。陣地寄りがなかなか見つからなくてな。イライラしてたところだ。いや、私が行きましょう。その人には個人的にちょっと因縁がありましてね。そうだな。あの術は暁の中でもチャクラ量の多いお前向きだからな、貴様。はい。それでもチャクラの 30% はもらうぞ。やれやれ、やっとあの時の蹴りの借り
Dude.
ですね。
Oh, I'm getting so nervous, man. This shit is crazy right now.
この葉の気高き青い猛獣マイトガイ。
God, they're just so freaking cool looking. Like, I can't hate them. I love the robes they have. I want one. Though, I already know I cannot pull that off. Yes.
嘘だ。
Oh no, it's like a shark fin. Already getting our first confrontation, dude. This is insane.
知っているんですか、ガイ先生。
Yes.
誰と？
No. Are you serious? This guy's like just like a really good spy.
今回の人中力は他の2人より強かった。
Dude, they've already gone two?
俺が最初に言ったろうが、お前の術は隠密行動には向いてねえってな。
Dude, that's crazy though. They already got two.
結構派手だったんじゃねえのか。
今度こそ俺の番だな。今度もこの葉の忍びだ。じゃあ決まりだ。
みんな止まれ。
No way. It's gonna be Itachi, dude. Holy shit, bro. This is insane. I did not expect Itachi already.
いきなりですか。
こやつ、あの目。
Don't look at his eye.
こいつとんでもないチャクラ量だ。これほどのチャクラ量を持ってるやつを見たのは。
Dude.
そんなに。
お前まさか
思い出したようですね。
俺と会ったことがあるのか。
真珠は頭の方も獣レベルのようですね。
Oh. Sheesh. Roasting guy. Don't do that.
うちがイタチ。
この人が
Yeah, I wonder how Sakura is gonna feel about this.
この人がうちがイタチ。
Damn, bro. Those episodes were so good. I'm just getting so excited, man. I can't believe like we're gonna get matchups like this off the bat. I was for sure thinking that they're like Deidara and Sasori was gonna be their matchups, but this is honestly even more exciting. All right, y'all, let's go ahead and talk about these episodes. Man, some really good lore dumping here. I mean, not dumping, but just such good lore. Honestly, two really, really great episodes in my opinion on multiple fronts too. I think let's start with kind of, I guess, character-wise, what I really loved about this one, and it has to be Sakura. You know, I think it was awesome seeing her fighting a few episodes ago and kind of seeing how far she's come in terms of her strength and kind of adopting Tsunade's fighting style and whatnot. But even more so in this episode, you see a lot of her, obviously her skills with the medical ninjutsu coming out, but more so just her confidence, man. She almost feels so much more matured and has like so much more self-assurance than she used to, which honestly I think there's a lot of criticism for Sakura in OG Naruto, and rightfully so. I don't think she is a character who was used very well. She's more of like a way to narrate kind of what's going on in the scene. Not that that's a bad thing. You know, you need someone. You always have to have some like character's POV to explain what's going on in the story. You know, for any kind of dialogue, and so it's necessary. But you know, often those characters, if they're not centered to the plot, then they can kind of get, you know, they feel a little flat. You know, or they feel like a little bit more just like a device for the author to do exposition. But you know, in some senses, you know, Sakura was developed in OG Naruto. You know, we know about her, you know, her insecurities a lot with her appearance and, you know, really, you know, giving a lot of value to her hair and all these things, right? Like, she had to sacrifice a lot as a shinobi to get to where she's at. And even though she wasn't super useful necessarily in OG Naruto, you know, here you can see the growth that she's gone through. You know, that insecurity doesn't look like it's, I mean, I'm sure there's probably some of it there, but still, you know, that kind of stuff never disappears fully. But you can see just how much more confidence and self-assurance she has. She is confident in her skills. And not only just that, but she's a leader, man. Like, she was leading those Sand Village shinobis, you know, no doubt in her eyes, confidence, you know, she told how it is. So you can just see how much she's really developed between OG Naruto and now. And I think even though her character might have gone the short end of the stick in OG Naruto a little bit, in some senses, it's made her awesome now. Like, I think she's really, really great in the spot she's at as a character. And we'll see, of course, in the rest of Shippuden how that goes. But honestly, I'm loving it so far, just seeing how much more full her character is, how much more confident she is, and how much she's grown. It's really great. You know, kind of talking about her skill in general too here, with her kind of extracting the toxin, right? Well, one, she's able to identify that the toxin is mostly metal based, and I liked her analysis of it. I really love the detail in her extracting it from like major organs like the heart and the liver and whatnot. It's definitely, I love all the details of that. You know, they had that in a lot of OG Naruto as well, with explaining the chakra system, like kind of going through the channels of your organs and all these things, and explaining with the medical ninjutsu, or even the the thing with Rasengan when Jiraiya is teaching him, and kind of the flow of the chakra based off of, I guess, the way your crown, like your hair grows. I forgot what the term of it was, but I always like that. Those details always makes it a little bit more interesting to me. Like, the author seems to really think out how the power system works, and I think as an audience you can appreciate that a lot. Another good amount of lore that we got in these episodes is around White Fang, who I guess the granny despises because White Fang killed her son, and she's wanted revenge for a very long time. But, you know, we get confirmation that White Fang is not Kakashi, but Kakashi's father. Don't get much more than that. I'm sure we will get more later on, maybe from the granny's perspective or flashbacks or something. But it seems like, it doesn't seem like, it's pretty clear that the generation of the Sand Village and Kakashi's generation, or I guess his father's generation, really were not friendly. You know, obviously the Sand Village seemed to be on the other side of the war, or the Great War that happened, and there's a lot of ill feelings from that time. But one part I really loved in these episodes was the Granny's kind of like change in perspective. From the last set of episodes, she made some statements that the Leaf wouldn't send anyone important. Only Tsunade could probably help, and there's no chance that they're gonna really actually help. They're just y'all are just relying on people who aren't gonna help you. But in this sense, you see the change in her belief to a degree with Sakura, and her explaining that she's Tsunade's apprentice or disciple or whatever, and that Tsunade herself actually sent her, kind of, I guess, flipping the perspective of Granny around like who Tsunade is as a person, and also the Leaf Village and how much they actually value their alliance with the Sand Village and that they care about the Sand Village. I really like that slow turn in perspective. And in response to finding about Sakura and Tsunade, the granddad, or not the granddad, but her brother, the Granny's brother, he says, "Time is flowing slowly, but it's flowing." Really like that line, and you see the response of the Granny where she slowly smiles, right? It's interesting seeing an older person who obviously has very heavy mapping of the world and their perspectives and their beliefs, but you see her beliefs being challenged here, and she's kind of welcoming it actually. And I think that's an awesome thing. I think it's really hard, the whole phrase like, can't teach an old dog new tricks. There's obviously a lot of truth in that statement, where like the older you get, the more ingrained your beliefs get. You have certain experiences through your life, and as you get older, you really shape your beliefs of the world around your experiences. And obviously the grandmother here is very much that way, but you can see she's open to change. She's open to different beliefs with the experiences she's having now, and I really love that part. Let's see, we also get some good beast spirit lore around all the tailed beasts. So I guess there's 9 beast spirits with tails in the world. The one tail is the Shukaku. Obviously, the 9 tail is the 9-tailed fox inside of Naruto. So really interesting. We also get some interesting lore that 2 of those, I guess, Jinchuriki have been captured by the Akatsuki before they got Gaara. So they probably already have extracted 2 of the beast spirits. I'm wondering which ones they are. I'm wondering, are all these spirits kind of inside of some kind of Jinchuriki or whatever you call it, or some holder, right? It's interesting, like, just to think about how far spread this could be, and what kind of ways these beast spirits are interacting with the world today. Because it seems like there's somewhat of like a past history. The grandmother was explaining how the villages used to try to gain control of the spirits because they have such a big amount of chakra, and they would try to use them in the wars to gain advantages. But it seems like a distant past now. Like, no one really knows where they are. There's just like rumor where certain ones are, like the 9-tail and the 1-tail. So I think it seems likely that most of them will probably be inside of a host at this point. But I'm curious if there's going to be any that are just like roaming around, or hidden in some other way. I think that would be pretty interesting. I'm also kind of thinking about, hey, do the tails actually represent anything outside of just a tail in itself, right? Is it like the more tails you have, the stronger you are, or the stronger the beast is, or the less tails they have, the stronger they are? Who knows? But it's interesting to think about those things now at this point with all like the little lore dumps we're getting. It's great, man. But man, even the second episode was so hype. Like, we get so much good setup for our first, like, I guess, real confrontations between the Akatsuki and the Leaf Village. We have, I love how when Guy and all of them are going that way, and that one Zetsu guy, he warns the Akatsuki of them coming their way, and they're like, it's a very, what'd they say? He said some specific word, skilled opponent or something. He says something like, it's a very skilled opponent. They acknowledge Guy's strength, mighty Guy. Which I think is something. If the Akatsuki is, acknowledging your strength, that says something. All these guys are S rank, kind of villains or rogue ninjas, and if they're acknowledging a Jonin, it means something. They didn't do that when they, Itachi and Kisame came and infiltrated the Leaf Village back in OG Naruto. And they do that with Asame and I forgot the one girl's name, the girl with the red eyes. You know, didn't seem like they did that with Kankuro, for example, even though he's a Jonin. So really kind of separating out the different strength levels here as well. Just so cool. And of course they send Kasame after him since they have a little bit of beef. And we get some information that Kasame has, I guess, the most chakra reserves out of any of the Akatsuki. Even Neji says that he's never seen anyone with that much chakra except for Naruto. So pretty interesting. I also liked how he entered with like the sword in the ground and it looked like a shark fin. I thought that was pretty creative. And then, yeah, we also get the setup for Itachi. Oh, man, dude. Itachi. Oh, wait. He's not there anymore. Where is he? That's not right. He's supposed to be there. There he is. Ready? Bam. You guys probably can't even see that very well because it's like the blurred background and stuff, but such a cool setup for that fight. I'm kind of surprised, to be honest, that it's going to be him, but I guess it makes sense since him and Kisame and Itachi were like I guess probably the closest by as well. But dude, like, I don't know how this is gonna go. Like, Naruto's there, so like it's kind of like convenient for Itachi too to try to capture him. Yeah, I'm really nervous for these fights. Excited, very excited, especially to see like Naruto and Neji and Rock Lee, even Guy, like all their growth. Like, it's been a couple of years, so I think this is gonna be the first full-blown fight we've seen. You know, obviously we saw Sakura and Naruto versus Kakashi, but we haven't seen like, you know, the stakes on the line and when Naruto's true power is gonna come out here. So really good stuff, man. All right, let's go ahead and move on to the character ratings for MVP. Man, I gotta give it to Sakura. I really thought she was just awesome in this episode. I really loved her, like, kind of just the demeanor of her character, let alone just her skill set, but I love just how confident she was. She's a leader, and it's great to see that growth from OG Naruto to this point. And just like the medical ninjutsu in itself, her kind of visualizing the chakra flow and taking out the toxins, just really fun to watch that. For the best moment, I'm gonna give that to Kankuro, and him acknowledging Gaara as his little brother. I really loved that scene. That made me very emotional watching it. You know, once again, kind of getting some flashbacks to that one scene with him and Gaara in the sunset, and Gaara talking about what Naruto taught him and how he was going to take that to become the Kazekage. You know, getting that dialogue again, some flashbacks to it visually, but mostly seeing Kankuro's face as he's looking at Naruto, and you see the respect for him. And you can see that he trusts him when he says, you know, to save his little brother, or to, I think he's like, protect my little brother or save him or something. And you see the shock in Temari and Baki's face. So good, man. Really, really great stuff. I think Gaara's character and the way he's, I don't know, just his relationship with his siblings in the Sand Village and even the Leaf Village just had such an interesting growth throughout this series so far. Really loving seeing all of it develop here. And lastly, for the funniest moment, I'm gonna give it to Kakashi again, man. I don't know why. I love his like little bashful laugh. He's like I don't know how to even impersonate it. It's so good. Like, there's like some other silly moments, but for some reason Kakashi's just been getting me, man. He's so funny these days. All right, y'all. I think that'll do for these episodes. I really love these ones. You know, outside of the Gaara fight that we've had, I think these are probably my two favorite. Just so fun getting all the lore. Love all the characters and the growth that we're seeing. You know, you see the plans of OG Naruto kind of coming to fruition here with all these characters. Really, really love seeing this. So appreciate y'all being here to watch with me. If y'all enjoyed it, consider dropping a like, subscribing if you want to follow for more. And yeah, I'll catch y'all next time. Peace.